So culture for us is about maintaining or increasing a threshold for doing exceptional work. And to do that, we have to have a culture where the people that work here are given the ability to thrive, but also a place that attracts new talent so that we can bring in the latest ideas, the new ideas. We can stay ahead of the game, which is ultimately what a lot of our clients pay us to do. It's to be the forethinkers and to make sure that we help keep them cutting edge. Well, we can't do that if we don't have cutting edge people. So that is why we've built the culture that we've built, to be a haven for talent, to attract new talent, and to allow that talent to really thrive.
When it comes to what makes it a great place to work, I think really that question is best placed at the team. So I'd love to get their voice on this, but what I've heard and what we put our energy into is to grow our culture and develop our culture, obviously, and actually we've ended up in a place where we have a really strong culture, and I think everything we do supports, I suppose, the three values that we have as a business.
So what we did, I know the most amazing lady called Steph Hill, who has a consultancy called Happy Headwork, and she ran a 6-week program that the whole team went on. So from the most junior people in the business to the most senior, where she took them through about, and it's a personal life and private life thing as well, and sort of personal life and business life thing as well, where she was able to help people reassess how they relate to certain situations in life, how they relate to stress, how they relate to pressure, and then to go through this on a 6-week program. And then what we've done is, as a result of that, there's the opportunity for all staff to have 3 one-hour one-on-one coaching sessions with Steph as well. So if there is stuff that's actually making people unhappy in the personal regard, they can unpack that with a fully trained professional.
So, like all agencies a decade ago, we started with pool tables and football tables and beer Fridays and all the very stereotypical activities that an agency would do. But as we matured as a business and as culture changed over the years, especially during the pandemic and stuff, the focus was more on work-life balance and staff and getting people, I guess, on the bus and all pointing in the same direction. And the team are incredibly supportive on a personal level. In a world where everyone's talking about mental health and well-being and work-life balance, unless you're getting that support internally from the people you're seeing day to day, it's not that easy, especially when you're working remotely or hybrid, and you may not have a direct community around you.
We wanted to create an agency where we put people at the forefront, and so people and culture has always been there from the absolute sort of outset. In kind of old school terms, especially in the agency world, then obviously you've got ping pong, you've got kind of table tennis, football, kind of drinks, everything. Which of course we brought in to a certain extent, but over the last decade, kind of year by year, you realize how meaningless those things are. If you don't have the fundamentals within a culture to sustain people's fulfillment and their enjoyment, and having loads of beer isn't part of that really. And there are so many different factors to it. I guess the first one is that people want to feel like they are doing something purposeful.
Firstly, a great place to work has got to be about genuine culture. Like, if we're talking about human first digital experiences, we've got to treat our staff like humans first, right? You've got to actually understand them, actually understand their drivers, their motivations, their sort of pain points and challenges and things like that within their daily roles. So actually one of our biggest learnings has been actually really understand our staff. Now, not just the programs and the benefits and the perks and all of that stuff, but actually, what's the stress point going to be in a project? What's the stress point going to be in a team? What happens when a client says X and everyone freaks out in the online meeting afterwards? That's real culture, because that's the behaviors that you define there. How you help them through that is what real culture is, in my opinion.
But ultimately, I just want people to be happy at work, because life is way too short. And there is a way to create a happy workplace. You can't actually make people happy. That's something that is not a constant state that you're in, but you can create a happy workplace by understanding what motivates human beings, by giving them autonomy so that they're able to feel empowered in their job, by helping them increase their skills, by giving them a sense of community and purpose.